Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Oh. I forgot something, but that's okay. I've been up and down those stairs so many times tonight that it's just going to have to be forgotten at this point. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Good evening. I'm trying to say good evening in my best spooky voice. Hello, Liz. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, hi, Carrie. Hi, Marlene. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Penny. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome in. I have so much on my desk right now. It's hard to process everything that I have on my desk right now. So I'm trying to process everything slowly but surely, but it'll come together. There's a lot on my desk right now. A lot. Hi, Minnie Scoozy. Hello, everybody. All right. So tonight we're going to hop right into it because we have a lot to cover. We have so much to cover tonight, so much. I think we're going to make 2 or 3 cards. I'm not exactly certain how many we're going to be able to make. I have a whole bunch of different ideas. I have so many things swirling around in my brain that we are going to do tonight. But tonight is going to be very technique based. That is what tonight's live is going to be all about. We're going to talk about some different techniques that we are going to be able to do. I'm looking feverishly for my embossing ink pad. I feel like it may, oh, that was an acrylic block. I feel like it may have been used on something and now has gone missing. So I might have to go grab one of those, which is no big deal. Oh yeah, it is scary. It's terrifying right now. The status of my desk is definitely terrifying. So I am going to go and grab an embossing ink pad real quick. They're right around the corner. We miss you too. Actually, I lied. We are going to use, well, now that I'm thinking about it. Hello, Robin. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm trying to I Spy an embossing ink pad so I don't have to go all the way upstairs. Hello, Lisa. But I'm not I Spying. I have about 50 Raven ink pads. Hello, Luann. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. No joke, I have about 10 Raven ink pads sitting here. But not a single. Oh, we'll use this. Found it. We'll use this instead of the big ink pad. It'll work just fine. So, all right, everybody. So there are a couple things that I want to... Oh, the camera is also a little wonky. My goodness, it's just... the wheels are falling off tonight. The whole thing. The wheels are falling off. Everything is... Whew. It's because it's been a crazy day, to say the least. Okay, so number 1. We have a couple of free gifts that we need to talk about. And I'm really excited because August is Partner in Creativity Appreciation Month. So that means that there are going to be different promos and specials and deals and all sorts of stuff pretty much every day. But this particular free gift is a really great one. I'm really excited about it because we haven't done this as a free gift, I mean, since I think it was like Black Friday. And what it is, the first free gift that you are going to get is the ink storage. So let me show you how this works. I probably shouldn't take mine apart, but you are going to get, because I don't have one in a box down here, at least I don't think I do. So you are going to get this ink storage completely free. Normally my inks are in it, but my inks are sitting here that I'm going to use tonight. So these are the inks that you can fit, I mean, really any inks in here. This is the ink storage that you are going to receive completely free if you spend $75 or more. So if you spend $75 or more, you are going to get this ink storage, and it's great because they stack. You can put a whole bunch of them on top of each other if you want. You are going to get that completely free if you spend $75 or more. Now, I will tell you that the email went out, can't remember exactly what time the email went out today, but there aren't a whole lot of them. I think there's maybe 20 of them left, 20 of the free gifts left. So yeah, I keep my Simon Hurley inks in there as well. So if you are interested in that, I would say grab it, snatch it up. Also, who did I promise a ghost stencil to? I promised a ghost stencil to somebody yesterday. Who was it that asked for the ghost stencil? There was someone that said, I need a ghost stencil. I want a ghost stencil. So I designed one, literally probably about 3 hours ago. And we already have them produced because luckily right down the hall from my office is where we produce all of the stencils for Brutus Monroe. So you're not able to spend $75, if you spend $50, you will get this stencil that we're going to use tonight completely free. So it is a 2-part stencil. It's a twofer. You will get both pieces completely free if you spend $50 or more. Hello, Jerry. So obviously you can see, and we're going to use this tonight. We're going to utilize this. But these two pieces fit together, and obviously they layer. We're gonna use this tonight. Also, I know they're the best. They're really the best storage trays, and I mean, again, completely free if you spend $75 or more. Tonight we're going to be using this stencil. This is the Potion stencil. I promised you tonight that we would talk about Candy Coat. We're also going to talk about glow-in-the-dark embossing powder. And we are also going to talk about glow-in-the-dark chroma glaze. We're not going to use it tonight, but we are going to talk about it. And we are also going to talk about this incredible foil that we have at Brutus Monroe, which is the Magical Shattered Glass foil. Now, as most of you can imagine, this Magical Shattered Glass is going to look real good on these bottles. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Also, I don't have a printout of it because I didn't have time, unfortunately, to print it out, but I designed something for you. Unfortunately, it is 99 cents. I was going to try to do it for free, but it took me a long time to do it today, and you'll find out why in a second. But it is an SVG for this Potion stencil, okay? So the way that the SVG works, and it's going to be a part of what we're going to be making tonight, but the SVG comes with the little bottles. So as many of these as you want to cut out, so you can see this little bottle fits in here. But there is an outline. I don't know if you can see that. There's an outline on here. And that outline will allow you, what I do is I usually take this, I flip this over so that it fits on here perfectly. I'll grab a piece of my little tape here. So make sure it lines up, and it's really easy to, it could not be easier to line it up. Just place this right on there. Okay, and that's going to line up your potion perfectly inside of your bottle. So what you'll do is you will take a blending brush. Any blending brush will do. I'm going to use a small blending brush. I'm going to use one of the Brutus Monroe blending brushes. Okay, so I'm going to use this, and I'm going to grab the guppy, I'm just going to show you this, okay? I'm going to show you how it works. So I'm going to grab my guppy ink and grab a little bit of ink here on my Brutus Winter blending brush and just add in my color right here like so. And then I just lift this off. And you can see that then puts my liquid inside of my bottle. So if you use SVGs, which I know most of you do because most of you found me from the world of Cricut, you can go ahead and pop those right on top of there and make that super, super simple. All right, but for tonight, we are going to be making a slimline potion card. And we are also going to be making a shaker potion card. I think those are the two that we'll probably have time for. And well, no, I think we're going to do a quick ghost card too. Why not, right? I think we'll have time. For all of. We'll hopefully have time for all of those. I'm going to try not to go over my usual time. So what we'll need first to create this particular card, and I do have swap outs, luckily, because if we didn't have swap outs, we'd be here all night waiting for things to dry. So I'm gonna take my midnight paper, and I'm gonna cut this down to 3.5 by 8.5 because that's my slimline size. So 3.5 by 8.5. All right, and we're just going to place this down here, and we're going to get to making. All right, so on this slimline, this stencil is a little bit larger, obviously, as you can see, than what the slimline accommodates. So you're going to have to choose. I know this is going to be tricky, but you're going to have to choose which portion you want to use to start ink blending. So I'm going to place my slimline paper right here. Put a little tape on it to keep it in place. And then I'm going to grab my little potion bottles. Now, you want to be mindful when you're doing this first part that all of these potions do not go over top of the top of your paper here. Because that, obviously, that's not going to make sense. It wouldn't look right if that goes, over top of that piece there. So then we're going to take a little bit more tape. This new purple tape I don't really use to hold down my die cuts. I use it much more to keep things down and keep things in place. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to place all of this here. And then we're going to take some of, because this is a dark paper, right? So we want to take some of the alabaster ink, because the alabaster ink is the white, super, super bright white ink. And we're going to use that to actually create our, what's the word I'm looking for? To create our little potion colors, because then we're going to end up adding color to it as well. So I'm going to grab my alabaster pigment ink. I believe, actually, we'll use the big one for this, but I believe we still have these packs in stock. I'm not sure. This is the specialty ink collection. These are great to have. This has our embossing ink. It has our detail ink. It has our Sherlock disappearing ink, and then it has the alabaster ink. But I'm going to use a larger ink pad for this. This is our alabaster. It's very bright white. You'll see. I've used this before, so I think you all know how bright white it is. But I'm just going to just gently dab in, and I'm going to do a dabbing motion for our potions. I do not want to go in and do, I don't want to swipe around. I want to dab because that's going to give us the full coverage. Do you see how bright white that is? That is amazing. Oh, okay, so it looks like we now only have 18 of those ink stands, the ink holders available. So thank you to everyone that's going in and grabbing your free gifts. I really appreciate that. And I know you're going to love it because I literally use them every day. They're sitting on my desk as we speak. All right, so we have our white down. What is Sherlock disappearing ink? That is an excellent question. So the Sherlock ink, it's for no line watercoloring. So whenever you stamp down with it, it is a very, 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 very light color. And whenever you watercolor over top of it, it kind of disappears. So you can look like a superstar watercolor when you're really just staying within the lines. All right, so now we have our first layer down. Okay. And again, there are guidelines on this stencil, so the guidelines will show you what you need to do. But that looks pretty cool to me, right? I think that looks kind of fun. So that is just the liquid that would be inside. So if you have your SVGs, you can go in and you can take one of your SVGs and you can pop this up on top of here, and that's going to look really cool. We're not going to do that tonight. I have a different plan for our SVGs, but that is something you can do. So I'm going to set this to the side, and I'm going to grab my paper towel. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spray down this stencil, because we need to clean it real quick for when we do our top layer. Okay? Is everybody still with me? But yes, this pad, or this ink pad collection, is definitely something you wanna try out, because it's all of our inks. Well, all of our basic inks, I guess I should say. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we are going to take our piece here and we're gonna add some color to this. Okay, but before we do that, we want to hit this with a little bit of heat, because we need this to dry. We need it to get completely dry. And it's the white ink, the alabaster ink, is a pigment-based ink. So without heat, it takes a little bit longer to dry. But also when you heat it, it becomes more opaque. It'll do that naturally. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully she joins us. All right. So now you can see, look at how bright white that is. Isn't that incredible? I mean, I'm telling you, that alabaster ink is just the best. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to place this back on top of here. All right, we're going to place it down to the best of our ability. That looks pretty good to me, actually. Okay, just place it down, the best that you can. It's not a big deal. It's no biggie. And then we're going to grab a rainbow of colors, and we're going to put our colors on top. Okay, so we're just going to dab. Again, we're dabbing. We are not swirling. And that was the bee sting that I used. Now we have some Roar, and I'm just dabbing the color on top. It doesn't matter if you go onto this here, because you're not really going to be able to see it, because let's face it, it's a really dark cardstock. Now we need our guppy. Okay. Yellow, and now we need our later gator, which is our green. Okay, see how it's becoming a rainbow of color now? Now we need our blue, which is clear skies. And see how it's taking on that color? I love that. And now we're going to use two different purples. So we are going to use Triple Berry, which is one of my top 5 favorites. And then, where did my... See, the problem is I have been going live. Here's my crown me. I've been going live so many times that I can't... everything is everywhere. Tomorrow is going to be a day of cleaning up the studio. So here's the Triple Berry. Okay, and then last but not least, did you come to see that all your hard work behind the laser was appreciated? Yes, He did. He made a whole bunch of stencils today. So many stencils today. And I think, Candy, he saved some things for you. Yes, we are going to do one with glow-in-the-dark embossing powder. Don't you worry. We're going to actually do, I think, the ghosts with the glow-in-the-dark embossing powder. All right, so now we can lift this off. And now we have a rainbow of potions. It shifted a little bit here, but that's not a big deal. Nobody, there's the stencil police are not on duty. So it's okay if it shifts a little bit. That kind of adds to the Art Deco-ness of it that I love so much. So that's what that looks like. Isn't that cool? So those are our potions. And next we are going to take, let's clean this off real quick. And then we are going to do some, well, actually, should we emboss over top of this? Hello, Heather Collins. Should we do glow-in-the-dark embossing on top of this? Maybe that's what we'll do. And then I'll just show you a sample of the other ones. I think that would look cool. What do you think? Do you think that would be good? No, the crafting police just got here. She's here. She's infiltrated us. Hello, Heather Collins. It wouldn't be a party if Heather had not arrived. I can tell you that much. All right. So I think we're going to do glow-in-the-dark on top of that. Yeah, the potions digital file. There's so much in that digital file. It's crazy. Oh, and if you get the digital file, anybody that gets it, please let me know if it works correctly. Because this is the first time ever that it has two digital files. It's the first time ever. Normally, it's only one file that's in it, but I created an SVG and a PDF, which is why it's 99 cents, because it took a lot more time than... It took me a lot more time than it normally does, but it is two files in one. So if you purchase it for 99 cents and you download it, please let me know how it works. All right, so we're just making sure that this is good and dry because we are going to be doing some embossing on top of it. All right, I think that should be good. And look at how beautiful those colors are. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to take my magic powder bag. You can grab one of these at Brutus Monroe. It's refillable. It's a wonderful little tool to have. And I'm just going to tap on top of this, just to make sure not only that everything is dry, but also that we can do our embossing on top, because this is going to look really, really cool. It's going to get dark in here for a second because I'm going to have to turn out the light so you can see the glow. All right, so yeah, the potion bottles is currently available, yes. It was one that we had previously, but we brought it back. All right, so now the joy is going to be to get this to stay down while I just put more, I powdered it within an inch of its life. But we should be okay. All right. I couldn't do that again if I tried. Do you see how perfectly that fit there? All right, so now I suggest using a dauber tool for this, not one of these. Grab yourself a dauber tool, okay? And then grab yourself some embossing ink. I'm going to be using the little guy that we sell in this kit. It's a little bit easier to manage. And then I'm just going to add my embossing ink. This is a fresh pad, so we should be good to go. And the glow-in-the-dark embossing powder is semi-translucent, so we'll still be able to see through. Oh, thank you, Alexandra. We have lots more coming. Just Just want to make sure I get this good and inked up, because when you're using the dauber, there are going to be certain areas where the dauber is going to pick up more ink than other areas. So you just want to be careful when you're pouncing. All right, so that should be enough. Should be, keyword. Oh, yes, 100%. Let me grab a grid mat. Okay. And look, you can see you see the bottles? This is very ooky spooky, and I love everything about it. Let me put that stencil to the side. Now we're going to grab our magical embossing powder. Okay? And we're going to add this on top, and it's only going to stick to our bottles. Well, and a couple places that my finger was. So we're going to brush that off, don't worry. But this is going to be a really cool ooky spooky. So can you see our bottles? Oh, an elixir. Oh, I love the word elixir. That's one of my absolute favorite words in the world. Elixir is just such a great word to say. Elixir. That's good. Whew, elixir. I love that. How can you describe something as an elixir and not be excited about it? All right, so I'm going to use my little fine brush that I use to take things off that I don't want. All right, so now we're going to heat set this. All right. And you're going to see that we will immediately be able to see our potions again. Elixirs. We will be able to see our elixirs again. And it's going to create almost like a haze on top of the set elixirs. So they're going to look like old hazy bottles. And I don't want to burn my fingers completely off, so I'm going to flip this around. All right. So now we're going to give this a second. Oh, when I say elixir. Oh, that's funny. All right. So now we're going to let this cool for a second. We don't want to run our dry cloth over top of it before it's done doing its thing, because if we do that, we run the risk of rubbing off all of our embossing powder, or just, messing up our embossing powder. And now I'm going to grab where? Oh, here it is. So I'm going to grab my Brutus Monroe dry cloth. I believe we still have these in stock. I'm not sure. But you use the dry cloth whenever you are taking powders off of things. See, I'm going to do just half of this. See how that removed the powder from that side, and there's still powder all over this side? So now I'm going to take my dry cloth and remove all of the powder from this side. All right, see that? Okay, so this one, it looks like I didn't get as much powder on there as I would like to, but that's okay, all right? All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn out the lights, and I'm going to show you how this glows. Are you ready? Hold on, everybody. I'm going to turn out the bright lights. Hopefully this will be enough for it to charge. I might have to use my cell phone. Oh, nope, it charged enough. It's going to probably be hard to see completely in the dark. Hold on. Let me grab my phone and charge this up. Were you able to see it? So I'm going to go ahead and charge it up real quick. I don't know if it's going to pick it up. I might have to turn up the brightness. Yeah, the camera is not going to pick it up. But can you see how it's glowing as I'm putting my phone over top of it? The brightness, I think, needs to be turned up. Can you see that? It's hard to see because of how it's not picking it up on the camera, but I promise you it is really glowing. I'm actually going to take a picture of it real quick so you can see how much it's glowing here. It is very much glowing. It is very, 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 very glorific. But it's because the lights, the camera is not picking up the low light, unfortunately. It's too far away. So let's shed some light back onto the subject. And that is what you can do with your glowing embossing powder. Yeah, it's very bright in real life. It's just so hard to see on film. Okay, on film. So this is our first one. We're gonna make these into cards in a second because I have some sentiments I want to use. And then for this one, I prepared these ones earlier. These ones have someone's motorcycle just exploded outside. These ones have the glow-in-the-dark chroma glaze on it. Now, the glow-in-the-dark chroma glaze, I'm not even going to attempt for you to... I'm not even going to attempt... it did, but unfortunately, I moved the photo. So, here's what it looks like in the photo. I'll show you. I moved, but this is how bright it is in the photo. I moved. Can you see that? It's very bright in the photo. But unfortunately, I moved. But I promise you, it's very bright. I don't know why the camera is not picking it up. But anybody that has it knows that it's pretty bright. All right, so what we're going to do, this has the glow-in-the-dark chroma glaze on it. And then underneath of here, I did a couple of different... So this one was just plain white underneath. And then this one is different colors underneath. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to add some of our gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous Magical Shattered Glass transfer sheets. So these transfer sheets we just got back in stock because every time we get them, they're gone. Literally every time we get them. And I'm going to place this on top. And I'm actually going to put a little piece of tape on it so it doesn't move whenever I send it through the machine, because I am going to actually put this in a carrier sheet. But my laminator is all the way down here because I couldn't fit it on the table because I am extremely overzealous today with all the things on my table. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this off. I highly, highly suggest using a rotary tool. We do sell these rotary tools at Brutus Monroe. So I'm going to send this through the laminator real quick. And while I'm sending that one through, I'm going to prep this one. Look how exhausting signing every single one of these. Can you believe it? I'm still tired. I know, I'm goofy. All right, so this one, we're going to need 2 pieces. So let's go ahead and... So mystery boxes. What do we need mystery boxes for? I mean, you know I'm always... Look, I messed up on this side. You know I'm always up for a mystery box. You don't have to... Don't threaten me with a good time. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and cut this. Let me just fold this over here. And I'm going to show you... Whoops. It would be helpful if I stayed off of the cardstock. Okay. We'll just use our scissors here to cut off this little piece. Then we'll just place that piece on top of there and tape that. There we go. Oh, thank you, my mini scoos. All right. So now we can peel our first one. So this is what it's going to look like, but watch. When you peel this off, look at those bottles. Could you imagine receiving a card like this? I mean, I can tell you right now, I'd pass out right on the floor. Look at those bottles. My word. My. Those are quite the elixir bottles. Oh, yeah. We did that already this year. We'll probably do it at the end of the year, too. All right. So now for our next one, this one has more elixir bottles on it. We're going to peel this off. Well, 3 people are going to receive these cards that I make tonight. So you might be one of them. If you make a purchase tonight, tomorrow these cards go into the orders. Isn't that incredible? I could look at this all day. Literally all day. Wow. All right, so those are those. And then we have the one that we did with the glow in the dark. So you can see it's definitely a different style. It's definitely a different look. But I think that they're so cool. So what we're going to need now is we need something for our little elixir bottles to rest on, right? So I think what we're going to do is we're going to create a little shelf. Christopher, I think we need a coordinating stamp set to stamp labels. Oh! That could be done. That could definitely be done. Oh, well, happy anniversary, Carrie. Happy anniversary, my friend. All right, so I'm going to cut this down to create a little tiny shelf for us. And I think we'll do a 1/2 inch shelf. What do you think? I think a 1/2 inch shelf is enough to support these. Sorry, everybody. The ghost of Brutus Monroe decided to just mess with me because I heard something like that was walking across the studio, but nothing walked across the studio. So you have to apologize. If I ever stop when I'm here by myself at night, it's because the ghost is up to something. And I love the ghost. The ghost has become very quickly a friend, but the ghost likes to mess with us, especially when we're here by ourselves. That's for sure. Okay, so I have these slim line card bases that fit our slimline panels on perfectly, okay? Because they're 8.5 by 7, but we are going to trim down these panels just a tiny little bit. But we are also going to score them. Yeah, the ghost does have great taste in music. So that we have our panels ready. And then we'll put our little shelves on, and then we'll find a sentiment that we like. And then we'll do our shaker card, and then we're going to do our ghost card, and then we'll be good to go. All right, so we need to score this at 3.5. Oh, this is a good card stock. I know it's our card stock, but I still get so excited every time. All right, so I'm just going to score this here. All right, so there's our first one. No, because he refuses to be here at night because of the ghost. Yeah, he won't come here at night because of the ghost. All right, so 3.5. Okay. So all of these are now. We do sell blank card panels for Slimline or for Slimline or for, where's Jessica McCardle? Did she slip in under radar? We sell blank card panels for Slimline, and we sell blank card panels for Slimline, as well as, oh yeah, that's how I always score. I've been using the trimmer to score for a very long time. It's like the easiest way to do it, in my opinion, because then you don't have to get a scoreboard and all that out. Oh, that's why I can't see her. That's why I can't see her. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put our little shelf on. I'm telling you, this ghost is really trying to get me tonight. He really is. He really is. We do. There's a lot of things. So very often I will get a notification. I'm just going to cut 1/4 of an inch off of each side of this. I will get a notification that there's movement, or like that the camera sees somebody. I use the Cricut trimmer. It's my favorite. It's always been my favorite. It's very reliable. It cuts straight. It's just a great trimmer. But yeah, I get notifications all the time that there's like a person here. And there is no person here. So yeah, it's pretty constant that they're gallivanting about in the building. That's for sure. Okay, so 1/4 of an inch from this one. So they're called Perfect Blend. Are you looking for Slimline, or are you looking for just the regular card panels? I know, Kelly, this is how late I used to always go live. I never went live early. This was like the normal time. Oh, there you are, Jessica McCardle. It was unheard of for me to go live any earlier than this. Okay, so we're going to place this like so. Probably going to need some more adhesive because I've been using a lot of adhesive this week. I don't know. Have you ever experienced the ghost, Jess? Jess is an employee here at Brutus Monroe. Oh, look at that. Oh, we're going to be able to send out 5 cards. So I think someone, might have been Penny, just posted. Oh, Jess said yes. Okay, so yeah. I told you. It is Hauntolina around here. All right, so there is our next one. Look at that. Oh, I love that. And then the final one. Oh, yeah. I told you. He goes up and down the steps all the time. He or she, they, go up and down the steps all the time. That's when my office used to be upstairs, is when it was the worst. All right. So there we go. So there is our final one. And now what we're going to do is we are going to take our little shelves. And we're going to apply them. Sounds like a lot of nopes. Yep. It is ooky, spooky, and kooky around here. All right, so here is our little shelf. Let's try to make it as straight as we possibly can. Oh yeah, if you're scared of the ooky spooky kookies, you do not want to come here after dark, because that's when they're really, really, really. What did the building used to be way back in the past? So it's been a whole bunch of things. It was a candy store. It was a violin shop. It was a grocery store. It was a post office. Our building is very old and has a lot of history. No, Colleen, but that would be something that would be really cool. Look at those bottles. I love that. All right, last but not least, the little 3 bottles. I think we're going to do the ghost one next, because the ghost one is going to be pretty simple. The one that I'm fixing to do with the shakers it's going to take a little bit, not too much time. So there are our shelves. All right. So this is the cool thing. So this is why I had to put 99 cents on the SVG. So if you've ever used a Cricut can write, right? So you are able to write with your Cricut. I created this cut file so that it would write and cut out all of your sentiments. Okay? So I think because our little ghost is messing with us tonight, I think that we should use "'Tis the Season to Be Spooky" on this card. Well, the one thing that's very strange about Brutus Monroe, which is what leads me to believe that these folks are, well, no, I think I want to, let's do this one flat, and I think the next one we'll do with some, look how fun that is, "'Tis the Season to Be Spooky." So the way, the reason that I believe that they are from the bank era, or the post office era, is when we moved in, there were like these old counting boxes. Which other one should we use? Oh, I put a spell on you because of the elixir. So we found these old like counting boxes. They were like almost not counting boxes, but like counting bins. And these counting bins, they were like these little wooden things that they would use to like sort the change. And we still have them. We actually use them for different things. Look how fun that is. And we still have them, but the strange thing about Brutus Monroe, or one of the weird things about Brutus Monroe, well, we're going to use the "Let's Get Wicked" for this one. I think we can put that right in the center. One of the strange things is that you can always count on your counting being correct. So what that means is you can always count on, like, we will grab just a handful of jars or a handful of anything here at Brutus Monroe, and it will be the exact amount that you needed. It's crazy. It will literally be the exact amount that you needed, and that will, no, we haven't, but I think I want to now. The exact amount. So, like, we'll grab, like, when we're packaging stuff, look how fun that is. Let's get wicked. When we're packaging things, we will package, like we'll grab a handful of bags to package something down in production, and it will be the exact amount that we need. Every time. It happens every time. It doesn't matter. It happens every single time. It's very, very, very strange. Thank you, everybody that is grabbing. Oh my goodness, there aren't a whole lot of free gifts left. So thank you, everybody that's grabbing your free gift. So speaking of free gifts, let's talk about this free gift, shall we? So this is the Ghastly Ghost free gift. So this is the free gift that you will receive if you spend $50 or more. This is the one that you'll get. And I think for our Ghastly Ghost, I really have been into the aubergine lately, and I think that this would look really, really pretty with the ghosts on top of it. What do you think? Because we're also going to use from the SVG, this is a special new glitter paper that I'm going to tell you about. We're going to use this little fella, And we're also going to use something from our new fall paper pad collection. I think we'll probably use the gray, I'm thinking, is what we'll use. But this is the new autumn paper collection that you can get on the website that's just launched today. So that is available. So I think we'll use this with this, and we'll do I think we're going to do some ink daubing, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Is everybody still with me? This one's going to be probably the simplest card that we do tonight. The next one's going to be pretty simple too. The next one is it's pre-built, so we just kind of got to put it together. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. Yep, they're helpful. 4 by 5 1/4. All right. And I am going to blend on top of it. Now, for blending on top of it, I'm going to grab my stick and stamp mat. Even though we're going to be doing some pouncing instead of blending, I still want to grab my stick and stamp mat. This still has ink all over it though, so I should probably clean that, huh? From the other night. Just going to use some matte mist cleaner. And see, this ink will come right off from around the edges. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to grab my cardstock here and place this right in the center. Then I'm going to grab my first layer and place that on top. I'm going to, I think I kind of want it like that. It doesn't really matter how you place it because it's a slim line, so you can use it on a 5 by 7 card. You can use it on a scrapbook layout. You can, create your own ending, right? Especially if you're using, this stencil because it's a larger format stencil. And this retails, I believe, for $14.99. But if you spend $50 or more, you get it free. Completely free. All right, so we're going to do our little daubing again. And you're going to see how well this shows up. We're going to heat set it, though, because that is important. But the ghost in the front... Hello, my beautiful Gina! But the ghost in the front needs to have a whole bunch of ghosts in the back. I know, I love this stencil too. I was waiting all day for Daryl to come over and show it to me because I was so excited for it to launch. And it's great that it's a free gift tonight. So, all right, so I'm just pouncing on top of here with our pigment ink. This is the Alabaster pigment ink. Do you guys hear that? Did anybody hear that? So there is nobody in the building right now, and it just sounded like someone was sweeping the floor. Oh, thank you, Gina. Oh, Gina, you were just my absolute guardian angel tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Did you hear the sweeping? Yeah, the knocking sound, that's normal too. There's nobody in the building. Sweeping, knocking, they're here. They're here. All right, so now I'm going to pull this off and look. I tell you, this white ink, I mean, you'll write to your relative about it. All right, so I'm going to pop this off of here. Remember, you're just going to go like this, and that'll pop that off of there for you. And we're going to heat set this, because if we don't heat set it, it's pigment. We need to make sure that the pigment stays put. That's, well, Gina and I, Gina and I had, well, when Gina and I have phone conversations, they're never for like 5 minutes. Because I keep Gina on the phone for like 6 hours. But we were on the phone for an hour, and I was like, I'm going to go live in a little bit tonight. She's like, oh, wait. She's like, I'm going live too. She was like, let's go live at separate times so we don't have to figure out, we don't want anybody to have to choose. So we went live at separate times. I went live. As soon as I saw that she was off, I texted her. I said, okay. I said, all right. I said, clear to go live. All right, so there's our little ghosts. Now, remember, with this stencil, they're etched. So can you see the etching? So all you have to do, we're going to grab our stick and stamp mat again. Oh, well, thank you. We love you too. She's the best. Well, yeah, I texted her and she's like, I'm in the car. I'm driving. All right. So let me wipe off. There's just a tiny little bit of this pigment ink that I want to get off of here. All right. So now I'm going to grab so look, you'll see. I'm going to try to show this on camera. It's going to be kind of hard. But can you see how that lines up perfectly? So I'm going to move it. See how that lines up perfectly? And that's the beauty of us being able to make and manufacture all of our stencils here, because we can really experiment and make sure that all of those lines are absolutely perfect. And Daryl will tell you, I don't know if Daryl is still in here. He probably went to play Fortnite, which is what I'm going to do when I get home. I will be like, no. One more time. We got to do it one more time. One more time, please. Let's try it one more time to get it to work. So it's, I'm a stickler when it comes to stencils, and I mean pretty much everything, but it's because we make the stencils here. So now I'm going to take some of the Raven ink, and I'm just going to tap that on top of, and we don't want to get too aggressive with it because we want the eyes to be more gray than we want them to be like super, super dark. We want them to be a little, we want to have them to have more of a hint of gray, just because I think that the stark, now, these might turn out to be super, super black, and that's just, that's just the nature of the beast, but I want them to be more gray than I want them to be black. So we'll see what we can get here. And I don't think that those eyes, well, we'll try. I don't think we're going to be able to see those eyes, but we'll still tap. And when I'm doing a stencil like this that's layering, that's when I do the tapping technique. If I wasn't doing the stencil with the the different pieces, I would be blending. But for these, it makes more sense for me to do it this way. So now let's lift and pray. That's what we do with the stencil. Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Listen, everybody, you better write your pen pal, because this is so fun. So fun. So I mean, I just absolutely love this. Look at those little ghosts. So okay, so now we're gonna, and again, with a $50 purchase, you get this stuff. You can buy the stencil separate if you want. It's $14.99 because it's a layering stencil, or you can just spend $50 and you'll get this completely free. But I would highly suggest tossing in your cart also the alabaster ink, because you're going to need it, right? So, all right, so let's grab from our, because we don't want to cover up too much of our ghosts. We just want a little something to allow for, like, we want to ground the ghost, right? We want to give it a little grounding. It's one of my absolute favorites. Oh, the etching. Yes. The etching, I mean, I think Daryl wants to kill me sometimes because the etching takes a lot more time, but a bat stencil, listen, don't threaten me with a good time. I will make a bat stencil and I'll have one. I'll try. Listen, just give me 10 minutes. If you guys could just talk amongst yourselves for 10 minutes, I'll have a bad stencil for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this right out of the center of this because I'm going to use this paper for a background as well. Does that make sense? So, all right, so I'm going to use this purple tape. I don't suggest this purple tape, the newer purple tape. I suggest the Pixie tape. I think that this has been discontinued. The reason I don't suggest it is it shifts. So, and I think that that's why they discontinued it. Now, everybody, you'll have to bear with me. I'm going to be using the Switch machine, which literally sounds like, I mean, have you ever had the unfortunate situation of hearing a lawnmower die? Because that's what this machine sounds like now. But it's the only machine that I have over here, so I apologize if you can hear. If you can hear it sound like it's we're in 30 seconds away from it imploding, I apologize. But it's just the way it is. Can you hear that machine? My word. All right. Oh, I'll tell you, this tape making a liar out of me tonight. It usually won't stick to nothing. And now I can't get it off of here. You can hear it? Yeah, I apologize. I apologize to everyone here. That machine, oh my word. It's covering up the ghost sounds? Yeah. Oh, it's flatlining. It's on its way out. I can tell you that much. It is 100% on its way out. All right, and I just got it last year. All right, so we're going to cut this to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And you'll see what I'm up to. You're probably like, Christopher, there's a giant hole in the center of that. What are you doing? Well, I don't want to waste this paper because I cut like an odd shape out of it. Well, hold on. Let me unplug my laminator before I burn the whole building down. All right, there we go. So what we're going to do is this is going to go on top of here. See what I'm doing here? So that's going to go on top of here. This is going to go on top of here. This is going to go on top of here. And then, let me find my sentiment. Spooky Vibes is going to go on top of here. What do we think? Do we like it? I think I'm going to add a little bit of ink here. Because we want our ghost to pop, right? The laminator was off. I will tell you that. But I think I want to use, should I put a little piece of black paper behind here? Or should we just let I think the eye should just be hollow. What do you think? I think the eye should be hollow. So we're going to add a little bit of ink to this, and then we only have one more card to make. Oh my goodness, but then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Whew. Don't worry. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So I'm going to add just a little bit of ink to this so that it adds, so it's going to add to that kind of spooky nature. See, you get what I'm saying? All right. So let's start assembling, shall we? Oh wait, I need a card base first. Christopher, you all have to excuse me. This is the first card. This is my first card that I've ever made. Day 1, hour 1. And I want to tell you about this. Well, let me tell you about this real quick. You want to talk bat stencils again? Listen, I could talk about stencils all day long. Stencils are one of my absolute favorite things. I'll tell you that I didn't sleep for about a month whenever we bought the lasers. At least a month. It might have been more than that. And I was like, oh, tell Anthony I said hello. Hello, my friend. But now I can literally create a stencil at 9 a.m. and we have a full run of stencils by the time I go live in the evening. It's the best thing ever. Now, it doesn't always work that way. So if you send me a request and you're like, Christopher, I really would love to buy the stencil. That's not always realistic, but oh my goodness, Gina K's here and I'm not even using my Gina K adhesive. That's because it's empty. Look at this. This is what I'm left with. Don't worry, we have tons of Gina K adhesive upstairs. We actually just got a fresh shipment in. All right, so there's that. Now we got to take our little guy here. I'm going to tell you what's special about this glitter stock in a second. So this is our new glitter stock. Show you in one moment. One moment, and I think we're going to pop him up. Oh, yeah, see, he just needed that little shadow. What do you think? Yeah, no, yes, no? I think so. Where in Tarnation did my... Oh, here it is. So what's special about this glitter stock, this is a different type of glitter stock than the one that we have normally. So this glitter stock, you'll notice it's double-sided. Do you see that? So this is... The reason that this glitter stock is so cool... And this is brand new. We just literally are just... We've had it for a while, though. We actually... I think we used it at Simon Says Stamps Create. But we... it's special because you can use alcohol markers on it. And you're going to say, what does that mean? Oh, no. Where did my stabby tool go? I need to order like 10 of them because I lose it every day, but I use it. It's my most used tool, but I don't know where it went. I don't know where my stabby tool went. I'll find it. As soon as I'm done is when I'll find it. Oh, here it is. It was right where it was supposed to be. No, the Glitter Ghost is the SVG that went live tonight. So, let me show you. So, the thing that's really cool about this glitter stock, because it's going to take me 45 minutes to... White. It's yours, Gina. It's your stabby tool. It's the only stabby tool I use. It is but yours, my friend. All right. So, what makes it special is that it's alcohol marker safe. So what does that mean? You're probably like, Christopher, all of it's alcohol marker safe. So, what makes this so special is if you try to use an alcohol marker. Have you ever tried to use an alcohol marker on cardstock or on glitter before? If you have, you know what happens, right? Oh, yeah, that is... Oh, yeah. What happens is it rips up all of the glitter. Oh, my goodness gracious. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. This is my time to shine. I love all things spooky, ooky, kooky. So this is the first card, or the second card. This is the other card that we made tonight with all the potion bottles. And then we also made one with the glow in the dark embossing powder. I'm not going to turn out the lights again because I might not make it out. But if you've used glitter stock in the past and you've tried to use an alcohol marker on it, it rips up your entire alcohol marker, and it's a nightmare. So we developed this glitter stock. It's when you get it home and you feel it, it's different. You'll notice it's different. But these, so see what's on top of here? This is alcohol marker on top of here. So this is a very robust cardstock. It's double-sided. But what you'll do is if you take some ink and you put it on top, you'll notice there's no glitter on and this didn't damage my nib, but you can see, so it's got to dry, but you can see how you can see the glitter through it. So I'm sure you can imagine the millions of things that you could do with this. But what I did earlier was I took our rainbow die cut and I just very quickly colored it in. But now, since I had my alcohol markers, I was able to color this in to be a full spectrum of a rainbow, but it's just regular, it's glitter stock. So it started silver, as you can see here. This was all my test swatches from earlier, but it starts silver, and then you can color on top of it, and you can use it just like regular cardstock. So that's what I did here with my little ghost, right? I just used my little ghost and created this So you can use it just as regular glitter stock too, but it really is. So you could like take this and add a little shadow to it if you want. I mean, you do whatever, do whatever you want to do with it. Okay. All right. So last but not least, this is the one that I think is the most nerve-wracking one for me, because I've never done a card like this before. I've seen so many people do cards like this before, but I have never done one like this before, and I'm hoping that I don't mess it up. I mean, we'll see. Will you all please be with me on this? will you all stay with me and guide me through it? Because, whew, it might be scary. It could be scary, or it could be one of the coolest cards I've ever made. We never know. So what we're going to do is we are going to take some of the potion cardstock as well as some of the poison apple cardstock, because those are two of my favorite Halloween colors. And we are going to grab a card base, and we are going to create a little stand or a little table for our card. Okay? Thank you. Gina's praying. She said she's praying for me. Okay. All right, so we're going to cut this at 4 1/4. So this is going to be like our wallpaper. So we're going to cut that at 4 1/4. Actually, if we're going to do wallpaper, let's see here. Hold, please, everyone. Hold for dramatic effect. I'm up to something. Hopefully we still sell this stencil. I don't know if we do. I hope we do, because I'm going to use it tonight. We're going to use this to create our cool little background. What's the word I'm looking for? Wallpaper. And if not, I'm going to do you know me, I'm going to have a damask or a damask stencil available tomorrow. Oh, you don't do SVGs? Okay, that's fine. That's just, I do SVGs because that's how I kind of got started in the industry. So I make a lot of SVGs, and I make them for myself and then hope that you all will love them as well. So, but that's okay. If you don't do SVGs, that is 100% okay. So this is going to be our little wallpaper, and then our table is going to be out of the potion. So this is to be 4 inches wide by, let's see here. So we did 3 for this one. So we'll just do 4 for this one too, and then we'll just have them overlap. It's not a big deal. No, we don't want 4. We want like 3. You all thought I was going to have the measurements ready, did you? Did you all think the measurements would be prepared? So, all right, so we are going to, okay, that's perfect. So we're just going to line these up, and that's pretend that this is a wall and this is a table, okay? Are you getting it? Are you visualizing the wall and the table? Whew, good. All right, so let me grab my stick and stamp mat, pop that on top. We'll pop this little, we're pretending this is spooky. It's not super spooky, but we're pretending it's spooky. And we'll grab some Crown Me ink. Purple. And we're just going to go in blindly, because we want this to look we don't want this to look perfect. It's a spooky spot. So we want it to look kind of grimy and grungy, and this is a spooky little Halloween background. So we want it to look as spooky and kind of grimy as possible. Watch it come out and be like the perfect stenciling. Oh, Doodle Swirl. Yes, yay, it's available. Whew. Okay, all right. I tried to make it look really, really dark and dismal, but it just looks like fun, funky wallpaper. All right. So pop this up, and now we're going to assemble this portion right now. It's going to seem a little bit strange that we're going to assemble this right now, but that's because the assembly for the on top portion of this is a little, it's a little much. So I'm going to explain it to you, but I've already pre-assembled the things, because if I didn't, we would be here all day. Because earlier today, oh, I knew it was going to happen. Earlier today, I spent a lot of time putting these pieces together because I knew. So I'm just going to use some Brutus Renault Easy Tear tape to get this together. I always forget that the side that I need, the stabby side, which is the side that I always need, is the metal side. I need to try to remember that. I will someday. All right, so there's our wallpaper. There's our background. And then this is our little table. Let me grab some more tape for our little table. I'm so excited. So we're going to have 5 people tomorrow that get cards in their orders. Another little tiny piece of tape. All right, so we go ahead and pop all of these off of here and pop our little table together. Try to get everything as lined up as possible, or lined up adjacent, I guess you would say. So there's our little table. So now what I did earlier is I took the little SVGs and I stacked up about 5 of them. Oh, thank you, Kate. I stacked up 5 of them. So do you see these little potion bottles that I made? I glued these earlier. So see how they have a little crevice in them now? Oh, I love this. And then I took our brand new Easy Cut shaker acetate. I don't think I have a piece. I certainly do. I brought it over. I certainly do not. It doesn't have an image yet on the website, but it is on the website. So it is the perfect size for you to die cut with. I could have sworn I brought a piece over here, but I guess I didn't. But it is available now for you to purchase, and I used that. You know what I just realized? I probably should have used this for my tablecloth. Nope. It's done. So anyway, so I used this. So now I created with the SVG a little shaker topper, and I did that for each one of these. Do you see that? Thank you, Jess, for being my guardian angel as well. So that, and last but not least, here we go. So we have this, all right? You see, are you picking up what I'm putting down? So we're gonna take these and we're gonna make little shaker bottles out of them. Isn't that fun? All right, so, but what we need to do is we need to color the top of our jars. And I think I'm gonna do that with an alcohol marker. Okay. There we go. So let me grab my little grid mat back. And I want to do these with kind of lighter colors. Just folding my grid mat in half. And then I'm going to use the new shaker fill. There are not any new Halloween stamps yet, but they are coming. Because you know we love Halloween. So this is the new shaker fill. This is glow in the dark. I'm not going to try to turn the lights off again because I may not find my way back. And you might hear me scream because the ghosts are lurking down here tonight. But this is the shaker fill that we're going to use. So let's go ahead and let's color in our jars. Or I mean our little elixirs. So this one I'm going to do in a really pretty... Hold on, this is an Olo marker. I can tell you the exact color. Lichen. So that's our first color. And I think that we should do, well, let's do a light pink one. This one is called Wild Geranium. And I'm doing the lighter shades because we don't want for this to take away from the contents of it. All right. And the great thing about the SVGs, I mean, in my opinion, is that you can cut out a gajillion at one time. Literally a gajillion. I mean, I cut out so many at one time. All right. So I'm going to go in and finish coloring this in. All right, so now we have our little bottles colored in. They look a little haphazard because the backer thing is still on there, but don't worry. And then I'm going to take a little bit of brown. I know this isn't actually brown. Caramel. And I'm going to hit the corks. To make it look as realistic as possible, hold please, I missed a spot. There we go. Again, we're going to grab the caramel to do our corks here. And look how perfect our little corks look now, okay? Would you ever create instructions to convert to scan and cut files? So they are SVGs, so you would be able to use those with a scan and cut. You can find them at digital, on the digital portion of the website. But I think that everyone kind of has been posting them, so you should be able to see them. This huge SVG file that gives you all the bottles, all of the sentiments, that it actually writes the sentiments out for you with your pen, as well as this little ghost, is only 99 cents. It all comes in one file. And also there's a printable version. So if you get the printable version that comes with it, you can just cut them out if you don't use, if you're not going to use the SVGs. Because I know SVGs aren't for everybody. I know, I get it. I get it 100%. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to sprinkle a tiny little bit. I should probably have like a little spoon or something. But I don't have a little spoon in here to put some of my... Oh, that's way too much. That should be enough. Inside of my elixir. Little elixir bottles. All right. So now let's get all this out of the way. And now what we're going to do is we're going to glue this acetate to the top. So you just want to be mindful. Obviously, you won't be doing this live for a whole bunch of people. You'll just be doing this by yourself. I mean, unless you're a YouTuber, then you might be doing this live for a whole bunch of people. But it's a little trickier for me because I'm trying to talk and get all of my elixirs together. Okay. And again, this acetate was created for you to be able to die cut and also use in shakers, because you'll see when you get it, it's different. It works really, really well though for its intended purpose though. So that's all stuck down. And then last but not least, and all I did was I just literally just took like, I think it was like 5 or 6 of the same file and just glued them together. Put the lid back on my jar. Oh yes, good call. Good call, because you know that was about to be a full catastrophe. All right, so now we'll place this on top here. There we go. All right. And we want to really let it dry before we put it on the card, but do you guys get the idea? And these will glow, obviously. And then I'm going to take my last little piece here, and this is what's going to make it look like an actual jar. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm making 20 of these. Look at that. Yep. This is the Halloween card everybody's getting this year. Well, someone's going to get this in their order. But I'm making a whole bunch of these. Because it was really easy. Once I got all the die cut pieces glued together, it was very easy. Oh, hi, Gina. You don't have to stay. You worked long today. You put in the long live shift today. But thank you for being here. So that's what that's going to look like. And see the little elixir inside of there. Now this is really going to glow. I'll take a picture of it and I'll post it on Instagram so you can see how much it's going to glow, but it's going to glow. It's really going to glow. All right, so now I'm going to do something that I probably shouldn't do, and I'm going to flip these over and I'm going to put glue on the back because I really need these to dry overnight. And we're just going to place our little bottles on the table. Oh, well, thank you, Gina. I'm going to straighten this one out a little bit. And I can't wait to be able to shake the life out of this tomorrow once it's all... Oh, did you see what I just did? Once it's all dry. It's been a long day. It's been a really long day. I'm just setting things down that shouldn't be set down, like glue. All right, so there's our little bottles. Okay. And then we're going to grab one of our sentiments. I sure do. Gina, listen. I'm gonna make you a different card, Gina, because I need to make you a thank you card for always being for always being there for me. That's what I need to make you one. So look at that. So once it's all dry, I'm not going to do it now, but once it's all dry, this will. Now I really want to. So should we try to do the lights again? I don't think it's going to work, but I'm going to try. I'm just going to turn the lights down a little bit because these studio lights, they have to be at level 5,000 so that I look much younger. But let's try. I could just turn down the lights maybe and see if you can see it glow. Instead of turning them all the way off. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be completely dark for you to be able to see it. Hold on. Hold, please. I don't know if it's going to... Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. I mean, it's very bright right now in real life, but nope. The camera does not pick up when it's super dark for some reason. But it's very bright. You're going to text me? Oh no, what did I do? Oh no, I can't. Today of all days, I can't. All right. Oh, Gina said she sees it. Okay, good. So you could see it, and it's weird. I'm gonna have to adjust the camera. I'm gonna have to get like a glow cam for Halloween so that we could see. But yeah, it doesn't pick up on the camera. I'm gonna take a picture of it while it's glowing. So now for this one, I think we're gonna put a spell on you because I mean, obviously. And I think should we do it across? Should we do it across there or no? Across there or down here? What do you think? Oh, yeah, I'm going to take a picture again. What do you think? Okay, that's what I was thinking too. All right. Got it. Loud and clear. I'm going to pop it up, though, because that's just the kind of mood I'm in tonight, is I'm popping everything up. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Got it. Down. I'm not put. I will never try to put it across the. I'll never try to put it across the jars again. Never again. All right. And now I have a gajillion more jars that I can use for my other projects. All right, everyone. So we made 3 cards tonight. Well, we made 5 cards, but I mean, some of them were very similar. So these are the cards that we made this evening. They are all spooky adjacent. Spooky. You need to take a bottle. Oh my goodness, that's brilliant. Now you're going to have me making another card tomorrow. That's fine. I make cards every day. It's a thing that I do, but I think that'll be great. Yeah, I think I want to make another one now. I want to make several now, though. All right. So we have the spooky elixir bottles. And the I Put a Spell on You. Again, this is part of the SVG. Then we have the Let's Get Spooky. And this is... Oh, awesome, Amy. Oh, you'll have to let me know if you get a card. So we have the Let's Get Spooky with the little ghosts in the background. Thank you, Gina. I love you too. I'll text you tomorrow. And then we have I Put a Spell on You with the little shaker. So those are the 3 cards that we made tonight. Can you use? You sure can. You can use my digital files anywhere that you can use an SVG. Anywhere you can use an SVG. So those are those. Just as a reminder, oh, I don't have a clean one, but this is the stencil that you will receive if you spend $50 or more this evening. You can't see it now, but it's a really, really cool ghost stencil. You'll see it if you spend $50 or more. It'll go into your cart. Also, tonight we used the potion bottles. And there's a lot of these in stock now because we just had a whole bunch made for the live. And then, if you spend $75 or more, here I'm going to... Hi, everyone. If you spend $75 or more, you get this big inkstand. See that? I don't know, how many does it say that it holds? I might not have grabbed enough of them. I can't remember how many it says that it holds, but this is 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think this is what you get in the box. I think it holds 12. But if you spend $75 or more, you get this ink holder that holds all of the... I put my Simon Hurley inks in here. And then also, you'll receive the stencil, too, because that's at the $50 level. Okay. Any other questions, comments, or concern? It is the Crafter's Companion ink holder. Well, I think they call it the Spectrum Noir one now, but yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, while supplies last, because I could tell you that since I've been live, a lot of them have sold. So while supplies last, now these free gifts, 18 slots. So you actually get more than that. So you get this many. This is what you get. Sorry, I have, I think, 3 sets of them because I put all of mine together. Of course, you're not supposed to hold them up like this. So don't hold them up to try to show them to people. It's 6 trays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's even more. Hold on. Mine are going all over the place because you're not supposed to hold them up. So you're going to get this. Oh my word. It doesn't matter if you didn't buy much. They go into orders that have 1 stamp. They pick them randomly. So you get this if you spend $75. Holy cow. That's pretty good. And the stencil. Now I'm going to put mine back together because they stack on top of each other, but you're not supposed to. I mean, I'm fairly certain that they wouldn't recommend that you. I have 2 sets is what I have over here. I wish I could show you them, but I can't because I would have to move cameras and it just would be a nightmare. But yeah, they stack and lock together. There we go. All right. All right. So, thank you. Oh yeah, they do. You can do them 2 across, I guess, because of the little things on the sides. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me this evening. Thank you for being a part of my life and my wild hair from working all day. So thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate you all so very much. I cannot wait to see all of you in the next one. I'll be live again tomorrow. I don't know that I'm going to be live again this late. It'll probably be like around 6-ish is probably when I'm thinking I'll go live. And tomorrow we're talking all about watercoloring. So tomorrow is all about watercoloring. We're going to do this. We're going to do some beautiful autumn leaf cards with some different autumnal sentiments. And I have 3 cards. I'll tell the ghost good night for you. I have 3 cards that I'm going to make tomorrow, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm going to try to do 6-ish tomorrow because it'll be a little bit earlier because these late night ones are it's going to get to me eventually. I'm not 25 anymore. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Remember to create something every single day, whether that's an Ookie Spooky card with your free ghost stencil or your own ending. I love you very much and I appreciate you and I cannot wait to see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, my